Hello everyone, Rick Mask here for CardRunners. I've got part 3 for you today of my session review at 1-2 Zoom, every hand VPIP'd. So as you can see, we're on hand number 131 of 227. So as you can tell, that's a lot of hands to get through. But we'll just see how far we can get today, and we'll go from there. Start with an open King-9 offsuit on the button. The big blind would have to be 3-betting very aggressively for me to want to defend that hand. As you can see, this player, after 85 hands, that's the yellowy, gold, and orange stat here, it's only 3-betting 2.9%, so I'm just going to be getting out of the way. We have an under the gun open to min. I'm going to 3-bet pocket queens. This is a very reasonable play, and it's very common for people to flat here. I think flatting is fine. Personal preference is to 3-bet. I don't think it matters that much, to be quite honest. Though I think trying to get it in pre-flop, we should go back here, just to make an important distinction. While I favor 3-betting, I am very much opposed to getting it in pre-flop here. So I'm going to try and avoid that at all costs. Even though I'm 3-betting aggressively for value with this hand, were you to 4-bet, I would likely flat call and not shove this particular hand. I think shoving or even a small 5-bet would most likely be an overplay. Even if it happens to be plus EV. Dilith opens 9-7. This is a looser 3-bet here. I think it's okay against Dilith. He's opening 62% on the button, and in my experience, players in these games generally do not defend their button often enough to 3-bets. And that's especially true when you see people creeping up in there with these really high button opens. So I don't have much of a sample on Dilith's 3-bet defense in this position, but I think that I can swing the 9-7 3-bet against him just based on his high opening frequency. Jack Queen suited, open blind on blind, take it down. Okay, so another one of these small bonjour 3-bets. 14% 3-bet so far, 16% in position versus EP in a 20-hand sample. Very small sample, of course, right? But just he's been very aggressive here. As I mentioned in the last video, if I had to venture a guess, I think that what's going on here is this player decided not to have a flatting range here and is making these small 3-bets to isolate the under the gun's opening range. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's an okay approach. Put it that way. It's reasonable. With pocket 10s, I think this is, I went on this whole spiel, I think, last video about avoiding cold calling 3-bets out of position. This is one of the few hands where I think cold calling just has to work better than 4-betting, and folding seems out of the question here against this player. So I go ahead and call. 3, 7, 8, two-tone, I think just checking is the way to go. And on the 2 of clubs turn, I think, given the way that most people play, I want to be betting here for value and protection. And so I bet half pot and take it down. I think a bet there gets a lot of respect too, just because of the fact that I cold called a 3-bet there. Ace 5, we raise and take it. Gonna 3-bet pocket queens. Again, not a spot where I'm excited about getting all in pre-flop, but I think that 3-bet is definitely the correct play. I think against Go Money Gov, 136 hands, 30-24 so far, 19% 3-bet, a low fold to 3-bet. I would probably stick in a 5-bet here against him. It would be close, actually. It would be very close, but this player so far has been very, very aggressive. Fortunately, the 5-bet is not needed as he folds. And folding is a fine result there. I think I'm netting something like, what am I netting? Like 350 BB per 100, 450 BB per 100 there, depending on opening sizing. I'll take that any day of the week with pocket queens when I 3-bet. Queen 2 suited. I opened at 2.5x on the button. It's a slightly loose open, but it's okay. Small blind's been 3-betting a lot so far, but the big blind seems very weak passive. 10-7-4 two-tone. I'm going to size up on this board and be a little bit more polarized when I bet. Queen 2 suited, I think, is just a very natural bet on this board. I have an overcard. I have no showdown value. It's going to be difficult for me to continue on many turns. But I do have the backdoor flush draw, and I have the lead and position, so I'm going to put this hand in the betting range.